L115 Sniper. A lot of you might actually recognise the shape of this rifle, and there's a very, very good reason for that. The L115, as it turns out, is not all that new, which actually disappointed me quite a bit. Whenever I hear news or rumours that there may be new weapons on the way for Battlefield 4, I always get excited, and I mean, who wouldn't? Especially now as updates rolling out are for all players, and they're free, so everybody wins. So when I heard that there was a different sniper rifle sitting in the CTE version of Battlefield 4, I had to go in and check out what it was. I jumped into the CTE playtest yesterday with a few of the DICE developers and looked for said sniper and found the L115. With a quick process of elimination and one look at the model the sniper had, I knew what had happened. This is a straight up swap. Nothing else has changed, just the name. The reason? The magazine count has changed in the spring patch. The L96 had 10 rounds in a magazine, whereas the L115 only has 5 rounds in the magazine. Nothing else has changed. No damage buff or nerf, no accuracy buff or nerf, nothing. A straight up name swap. This annoyed me a little bit, but then I guess it's my own fault really. I let myself get a little bit excited, when really a simple Google search of the rumoured name L115 would have given me the answer I was looking for anyway. The L96A1 is the original model, first manufactured in 1982 by Accuracy International and used by the British Forces from 1985 onwards. The L115, or the L115A1 as it's officially named, is a more up-to-date variant of the L96, offering higher caliber rounds to be chambered. Here in Battlefield 4 though, it uses the 7.62 by 51mm NATO round. One interesting fact here, the L115 is actually the AWM from Battlefield Hardline. They are now essentially exactly the same weapon. The rifle somehow feels new though, even with exactly the same statistics as the current L96 in the standard version of Battlefield 4. Maybe it's the currently silky smooth gameplay in BF4 CTE, playing on those 120Hz servers. I'm not too sure, but overall nothing has changed, only the name. Whilst I was in the CTE server though, I did notice a few other changes that I thought I'd let you know about, mainly the improved flashbang system. You should be able to see this a couple of times in the gameplay behind, because right now in Battlefield 4, if you're even slightly in range of a flashbang explosion, you're left completely blind to everything for about 6 to 8 seconds. Even when you're looking away, you still get hit with the flash, which is extremely unhelpful when you've done your utmost to get out of the way of it in the first place. Now, if you're looking at the flashbang and it goes off, your screen goes black, not white, and then slowly fades back to normal. If you're not looking at the flashbang, but you're close to the explosion and you're sort of side on, then it works very similar to how Call of Duty and Counter-Strike do things, which is like by freezing the frame on the screen in which the flashbang exploded on, and then the game continuing to show underneath as the frozen frame reduces in opacity and eventually disappears. And finally, if you're close to the explosion but not looking at it, but out of the range of the visual shock, then little particle effects sparkle in your vision to let you know that you were actually hit by a flashbang. It's a nice little change, and one that does well in combating the effectiveness of the flashbang right now, but still offering a usable system for it to be effectively stunning targets, but in the way that it was intended to be used. And one of the other changes that I picked up on was the bullet tracers. Right now in vanilla BF4, when you fire bullets, large red tracers spew out with those bullets, and it can make for a rather interesting light show. It made it very easy to identify where your bullets were going when you were shooting at an enemy, and it could help you manage recoil and spread pretty well, but negatively affect your ability to stay hidden on the battlefield because you're firing red lasers everywhere. You may be able to see this in the gameplay behind. It's much easier to see on automatic weapons, but the tracers have been changed in this build of the CTE, with the bright red colour going away to be replaced with something much more subtle with a white and yellow hue, and the frequency apparently has been changed as well, with a tracer only being shown once every 3 bullets on automatic weapons. I think we can all agree that while the red lasers were fun for a while, it made it too easy for enemies to pick up your location, especially in urban environments where the red stood out so much to the background. So I think it is a welcome change all round. And that's about it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a thumbs up down below and let me know what you think about these changes in the CTE down in the comments. I've got a review of the Nvidia 980 Ti coming later this week. It's an absolutely epic graphics card, so look out for that if you're interested. It should be out within the next few days. But until next time, my name is Westie, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.